Okay, welcome back. So this form of metric conversion, we use measurements called basically based on the power of 10. You have you may have seen words like kilometer, meter, centimeters, millimeters. They're just ways to measure things to find the length of um, of things, and it's pretty much used worldwide except for here in the United States. Maybe another place around the world, but this is how people use measurement and pretty much everywhere else. So luckily, it's pretty simple. It's basically just either adding zeros or taking zeros away. But in fourth grade, they keep the conversions pretty simple. So you just kind of follow what the chart says. So like number one, they want to know how many meters. If you have 26 meters, how many centimeters will that equal? Well, if you have 26 meters and you want to know how many centimeters that is, well, every 1 meter has exactly 100 centimeters. So if you think about it, you're just going to multiply times 100 or just add two zeros, right? So you can take 26, you can take 100 times 26, and you know if you multiply it all the way through, right? 6 times 0, 6 times 0, 6 times 1. Bring down your 0, 2 times 0, 2 times 0, 2 times 1. Well, what really happened? Well, basically you took the number 26 and you took the decimal, if there's a decimal point, right, between the ones and the tenth, and you just moved it over twice. And so now you just added two zeros. So there's 2,600 centimeters um, in 26 meters. So you just multiply times 100. And you just kind of follow the same pattern. Working with these metric units can be pretty simple. Number two, if there's 52 centimeters, how many millimeters is that? Well, the way it works is it's kind of like a place value chart. You have like meters would be your ones column. Then you'd have your decimeter, but we don't use decimeters yet. After that, you have centimeters, and then you have millimeters. Well, centimeters is only 10 times greater. So this one is 10 times greater. So if you have 52 of those centimeters, you just multiply times 10 and you'll get your millimeters. Well, again, if you multiply times 10, it's basically 52 times 1 with a 0. So you're just multiplying it 10 times. So you're going to get 520 millimeters. And if you follow the same logic, right? Let's say you want to do another one. How about number 8? 63 centimeters is how many millimeters? Well, that's 63 times 10. So it's 63 times 10, so you just add a 0. And I don't see another one like this one, but I do see, like, if you look at numbers 3 and 5 and 4, 3, 4, and 5, again, if you have your meters and then your decimeters and then your centimeters, to go from meters to centimeters, right, each one is to multiply times 10. So times 10 here and then times 10 here. So 10 times 10, that's times 100. So if you start with 12, like in number 3, 12 times 100, well, that's 12 times 1 plus 2 zeros. So you're looking at 1,200. If you have 55 meters times 100 and to get to centimeters, well, 55 times 1 is 55 plus your 2 zeros. So you're looking at 5,500 centimeters. Number 5 says 23. Well, it's the same idea. 23 meters times 100 centimeters. That's, what is that? 2,300. Let's see. So the last two, number 6 and 7, those are a little bit different. So I'm gonna switch up the chart here because we're gonna multiply by a number that's a little bit larger. So again, you have your meters, decimeters, centimeters, and then millimeters. So if you want to start with the meters, that's kind of like your ones place value. It's 10 times greater than this one. And then it's another 10 times greater than this one. And finally a third 10 times greater than this one. So 10 times 10 is 100, and 110 times is 1,000. So whatever you get, you multiply times 1,000. So if you have 58 meters, you just multiply that times 1,000. So it's 58 times 1 plus 3 zeros. That's how many millimeters it is. So you would get 58,000 millimeters. Now the next one says 29 of those meters, and you want to get all the way to millimeters. You multiply times 1,000. So that's 29 with 3 zeros. So 29,000 millimeters. And keep in mind, 29 millimeters are quite tiny. So if you get really large answers, that's okay. Okay, so this was metric units as far as length goes. The previous video was inches, feet, and yards. So inches, feet, and yards are kind of what we use here, and then other places around the world they'll measure length using this one. So stay tuned. Below this, you'll find a video for weight. I'll create a separate video to show you how to convert ounces, pounds, and tons.